I'm Ben Blystone from Taiko Guy, and if you're seeing this, then Taiko has or is about to enter your life for the first time. Congratulations! Taiko is a very fun and rewarding activity. It can also be slightly daunting or intimidating for those who are interested in Taiko but don't know where to begin. That's why we here at Taiko Guy bring you everything you need to know about Taiko in 6 minutes or less. Ready?
Hi!
Let's do this.
Sore!
What is taiko? What we know as taiko, a Japanese word meaning fat drum, is what the Japanese refer to as wadaiko, literally Japanese drums, which refers to a large array of Japanese drums. The origins of taiko can be traced back well over 1,000 years ago to Central Asia, but after approximately 900 AD, Japan began to shut itself off from foreign influence, and wadaiko was developed into something uniquely Japanese. For centuries, taiko have been used for religious ceremony, festivals, and battlefield warfare. Ensemble taiko, known as kumidaiko, is a recent adaptation of taiko playing, combining traditional taiko instruments with Western-style ensemble playing. Kumidaiko is credited to Daihachi Oguchi, who, shortly after World War II, was asked to transcribe an old manuscript containing a ceremonial taiko piece found at a shrine. Using a jazz drum set as a model, he rearranged the piece to incorporate a multitude of different types of taiko drums, and kumidaiko was born. Kumidaiko did not immediately take off and only began to generate wider appeal when it was featured at the 1964 Summer Olympics in Tokyo. Today, almost 65 years after it started, kumidaiko has wide appeal in Japan and beyond, and there are thousands of taiko ensembles in public schools, community groups, and professional ensembles. The drums that make up a taiko ensemble are many and varied. Regardless of the drum, they are played on with wooden drumsticks called bachi, which can vary in size, shape, and type of wood. Bachi can be used to get many different sounds out of a taiko by striking hara, fuchi, or sometimes even the side of the drum itself. The traditional way of learning taiko is through a completely aural-based onomatopoeia system called kuchi-shoga. While modern Western notation is now easily available, and is used for taiko, most taiko groups still utilize kuchi-shoga to teach taiko music. Taiko drums can essentially be broken down into two categories: those where the drum heads are held on by rope tension, and those where the drum head is nailed or tacked on directly to the taiko. Byouchi daiko are typically barrel-shaped drums called nagaro daiko. Traditionally made from a single tree trunk, newer innovations using wine barrels have allowed the creating of nagaro daiko at a much reduced cost. Nagaro daiko can be further broken down into o daiko, a bass drum that can be anywhere from 2 to 9 feet in diameter. Chu daiko is a large tenor-sounding drum that typically makes up the bulk of a kumidaiko ensemble, and often gets the lead melody in taiko ensembles. Sumo daiko is a small, high-pitched nagaro daiko. Hira daiko is a flatter, shallower wheel shape rather than the barrel shape of the nagaro daiko, and can range greatly in size but typically has a shorter decay than nagaro daikos. Shime daiko are small, high-pitched drums whose drum heads are traditionally held together by rope tension or modern bolt tension. Their common role is playing a unifying recurring rhythm known as G. Okedo daikos are made from stave construction, which is then held together by two rope tension drum heads and can range greatly in size. Smaller okedo daiko can be attached to a strap and worn while played in a style known as katsugi. There are other instruments that are often found in a taiko ensemble. These include, but are not limited to, fue, a tarigane or chanchiki, chapa, hyoshigi, tsuzumi, uchiwa daiko, and teto or cannon are all common parts of the taiko ensemble. Here are some common kata or stances for playing taiko. Beta is one of the most widely used drum orientations for taiko. The drum is positioned upright, usually at a slight angle. Naname has the drum at a roughly 45-degree angle and is done mostly with chu daikos or sometimes smaller o daikos. Odaiko style incorporates a large taiko drum positioned horizontally on a high stand with the player's head roughly even with the bottom of the drum. Onbayashi or chichibu has the drum lying on the floor at a slight incline. The player straddles the drum and then leans back, playing with shorter, fatter bachi. Hachijo uses a stand that has a horizontal taiko drum played at about chest height. Often played by two people, one plays a G pattern while the other plays the melody. Miyake is a style which is played horizontally on the ground. Eisa is a festival dance from Okinawa that involves the performer to march and dance, often while carrying a small taiko slung over the shoulder. All kata have a starting position known as kamae. It is also common to shout during a performance in what is known as a kiai. A kiai is a way for taiko ensembles to synchronize together or to shout out encouragement and energy to a group within the ensemble who is playing. Osuwa Daiko was founded by Daihachi Oguchi in relation to the Osuwa shrine where he found the original manuscript he transcribed when creating Kumi Daiko. Oedo Sukeroku Taiko was established in 1959 and is credited as the first professional touring taiko ensemble. Many of the stylized forms of modern taiko playing owe direct credit to Oedo Sukeroku Taiko's influence. Ondekoza was created by Ten Tageyasu, who wanted to reinvigorate Japanese folk art performance, but left in the 1980s due to artistic differences. Ondekoza split and a new group Kodo was formed, one of Japan's premier taiko ensembles. San Francisco Taiko was the first taiko dojo in North America, formed in the late 60s due to the efforts of Seiichi Tanaka, who studied with the early masters of Kumi Daiko in Japan. San Jose Taiko was formed a few years later in 1973 through the efforts of Roy and PJ Hirabayashi. Well, there you have it. We hope you enjoyed this video and it has prepared you for your next step into the fun and rewarding world of taiko. Until next time, I'm Ben Blystone with Taiko Guy.
Johnny.